Good morning, my loves. Today I'm back with another vlog. I'm all ready for the day already. I feel like I'm wearing a lot of makeup. I haven't worn this much makeup in ages. Before we get started on the rest of today's vlog, I have some very exciting new Missoma pieces to show you because they have a whole new collection out. It's all about being versatile and creative with your jewellery, which I love because it's all about chains and pendants, being able to mix and match and just change it up. So I'm wearing some of their new pieces today. I'm going to come in, I hope it's not too much, but basically all of these are new pendants, new pieces. So I could not be more obsessed with this locket. Lockets are my kryptonite. There's something about them that really just pleases the inner child in me who just wants to put little things in little things. How gorgeous is that? I'll just open it up for you guys. So I need to figure out some little pictures or something to pop in there, but I'm obsessed. I can't exactly remember the name of this chain, but I will link up everything down below for you guys. And I've also got a couple of pendants on this chain. So I've got this little ball of malachite, which is so gorgeous. And this key, again, something about keys on necklaces, I'm obsessed. It just does something to me. And I love the two together. It's been a long time since I've had like a kind of couple of pendants together. It gives a really nice look, I think. Those are the kind of more delicate chains, but you can also put the same pendants on bigger, chunkier chains like this one. Maybe I'll do it for you guys actually, just so you can see. Or you can do it with bracelets as well. They have bracelets, and there's a couple of different styles of the chunkier kind of look as well. Yeah, I think the malachite might work really nicely on this. So there's a little clasp on the pendant so I can just attach it. And then if you can see, like half of the links are actually kind of longer and bigger and half are smaller. So that's also another nice little touch. So there we go, you guys. I've kind of brought it up just so you can see how it looks a little bit better. But yeah, I also think with these bigger, chunky ones, it might be nice to have like a few pendants. But yes, I am in love with the new collection. It's also all about confidence, this collection. Jewellery has always brought me confidence. I have worn lots and lots of jewellery for as long as I can remember. I'm a little bit of a maximalist with my jewellery, as you guys well know. So for me, the more the better. But if you are a little bit more of a minimalist, you could just go with the chains by themselves in the daytime, and then for special occasions put pendants on, and it just works for everyone, I think, this collection. And I'm very excited to be working with Missoma on it. But anyway, you guys, I will leave links to everything down below so you can go and have a little look and a little browse of the collection yourself, and I hope that you like it. Right, I'm going to switch back to my original formulation just because I think it goes a little bit better with my outfit today. But the plan for today is to have a nice day. I think Zach and I might do a little wander around Kensington because we have to be there today. So we might have a little wander around there. I really want to go to a bookshop because I haven't been to a bookshop for so long. You guys know that I didn't go to any bookshops last year because I wasn't allowed to buy any books for the whole year. And then I went to a few at the beginning of the year and it was very exciting for me. And then I kind of popped into a few here and there, but then obviously lockdown happened and everything shut. And I feel like I haven't got my fill of bookshops this year that I was supposed to have. So yes, I'm desperate to go to a bookshop, obviously all masked up and sanitized up. But we'll see. I actually don't think I can think of any independent ones around the specific bit that we're going to. So maybe not. I have been trying to shop in more independent bookshops than not, and buy from Hive, as you guys may have seen if I've left links to books in the description box. It's generally to Hive or to Blackwell's. Hive being great because they support independent bookshops. But I'm actually not supposed to be buying any books anyway. Firstly because my shelves are getting so incredibly full, like we're talking piles on the floor full, and also because I bought a lot of books recently over the past few months. As you may have noticed in my book hauls, obviously I got lots of books for my birthday. Then I bought the Man Book Along list. So yes, I don't need to be buying any more books, but I just want to go into a bookshop and smell it. Also, we're always forever working towards that future library where I'm going to need lots of books, right? I'm going to need a lot of books to fill the room I plan to put my books in the new house. So yes, there is always that excuse. I might, I mean, eventually, it seems like a big job, do a transfer to the house, so I can put more current stuff on these shelves, but I don't know. That seems like a really big task to do some rearranging. I don't like splitting my books up either. So yeah, what was I going to say? Oh, I think I might, maybe, I don't want to jinx it too much, but I think I might be out of my reading slump. And I'll tell you how I got out of it, because you might be interested if you guys are in a reading slump. But basically, I got up early on Sunday morning and I just had some energy for once in my life, and I got in the shower like almost immediately as I woke up. You know when you end up scrolling in bed for hours and hours, not hours and hours, but for a long time, and everything just seems really slow and really hard. But I got in the shower and I was like, I'm gonna put my phone away from me. I'm not gonna touch my Switch, and I'm just gonna read, and I'm just gonna finish Sugar Bane before I do anything else today, which I did. I just sat there and kind of read for a few hours, and it was really nice. And sometimes when you're in a slump, I feel like you're kind of sitting there like, I kind of don't want to be reading, my brain is somewhere else, I'm not really enjoying this that much, but you've just gotta push through a little bit and then you kind of find your rhythm again. And then I finished Sugar Bane and I was like, well, why not start on the next book? And then I ended up finishing a whole nother book that same day, which was Love and Other Thought Experiments. And just that one day of reading reminded me, I think, that I really enjoy reading and that it brings me a sense of peace. I don't know, it is like a fulfillment feeling, which I know is a bit cheesy, but it just brought me it brought me happiness, and I was like, this is why I read. And I do have the concentration for this and I can focus. And I think it might be due to some other changes as well, that my focus is coming back to me, but it was really, really nice. And then yesterday in the afternoon I read the whole of Such a Fun Age, so I feel like I might just be getting back into things, and I'm so excited about it. Today the goal is maybe not to finish, but at least to read some of The Fire this time, probably about a third of the way into it. But I'd like to finish that by tomorrow, ideally. So yes, I'm going to read some of that today, definitely. I've just had a bit of food. I had some pesto pasta, which is just a classic uni meal for me, isn't it? If you guys followed me whilst I was at uni, you'll know that I ate a lot of pesto pasta and a lot of ramen. And yes, I just couldn't be bothered with my lunch today, so I just had some pesto pasta. I feel like this makeup looks really nice in person, but it's coming across a little bit old on camera. Do you know what I mean? Like it looks just a little bit, like I look a bit 80s or something, and not in a good way. Because I thought I really liked this lip colour, but now I'm looking at it on camera like, does this suit me? I don't know. I also should really style my hair, but I just can't be bothered. Anyway, you guys, Zach is out doing some chores at the moment, and so it'll be a little while before I go out. I think I'll probably just read for a little while, which will be nice. And I think I need a cup of tea. Okay guys, I told a lie. I actually did a little bit of clearing up, and then I did style my hair because it just looked bad. But now I put too much hairspray in it, I think, and it just looks a bit crispy, which is not what I wanted. I'm just having one of those days. But I'm going to do my reading now and just chill for a bit. The weather is really nice at the moment, but I'm so excited for like autumn that I feel like I can't fully enjoy it because I'm just like, can I have autumn now? And I know, again, I will regret this when we haven't had sun for months on end, but you know, it's not fitting my mood. Okay guys, it's a little bit later now. I'm going to try and capture, if it's there we'll see it, if it's not we won't see it, the fox that lives in our garden. It's not there. It's not there. Also, something that I retrieved from the farm. So basically, many months ago, my mum and I started to unpack in Library Barn. I don't know if you guys are familiar. I think I've Sorry, my lipstick's everywhere, isn't it? I think I've talked about Library Barn before, but my mum's been redoing various bits of the farm, and yes, one of the barns is called Library Barn from the last owners because they had a load of shelves in there. It's all been reconfigured and made nice and kind of new and pretty, but we wanted to retain it as a library barn. My aunt passed away a couple of years ago, and she was a voracious reader like the rest of us, and she had a huge personal library, and luckily, because of Library Barn, we've managed to keep her library together, which is so nice, and it's made me think a lot about my books and my personal library. And one of the really nice things that she did is she wrote her name in the beginning of all of her books. So yes, that's why I've started to do that. But my mum and I unpacked hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of books in there, and I'll show you guys at some point. But it looks really, really lovely in there with all of her books. But it so happens that whilst unpacking all of her books, we found a bunch of books that had been kind of lying around at the farm for a long time. They'd made their way there for various reasons, and it included loads and loads of my childhood books. So I then transferred those books to the house so that I can kind of keep them here. Once we've moved in, I can put them up, but I'll just show you a few of them because they're so nice to look back on them. So these are all my little books from when I was small. Unfortunately, some of them were kept in the basement in a house a couple of houses ago, and they got flooded, so I had to buy replacements. So this one I can tell is a replacement because my original copy of Little Rabbit Foo-Foo did not look like this. But most of them are the original ones, which is nice. I loved all my childhood books because I was an avid reader, obviously. Dinosaur Bob, this one came from America, definitely, with my dad. What else have we got? Oh, we've got absolutely loads, so I won't go through them all. Heckley Peg, Three Little Wolves and the Big Bad Pig, a classic. Mouse Trouble. Let me know if you guys recognise any of these. But it was so nice to look at them all again. Bungle in the Jungle, and just remember my childhood a little bit. And there's loads more in here. We've got Cockatoos in here, some Mog books, The Dog That Dug, I remember loving that one. So yes, I'll go through them all maybe properly one day when I do a bit of unpacking in here. I've got a lot of Jacqueline Wilsons in this box, I think. But how cute. I will show you guys the library barn and the library in there because it's so nice. Such a nice thing that we were able to keep all of our books together and our whole library together. Now we had a place to put it all and just keep a little piece of her, basically. So we are on Kensington High Street, which for me is a throwback because it's where I spent a lot of my teenage years, because it was between school and home, and yeah, you could just take the bus down from school. So yes, we're gonna wander the high street, which is not very exciting, but we're gonna do that because we need to pick up Indy, and she's nearby. So we're gonna wander the high street and have a little trip down memory lane, even though almost all the shops are different. Okay, there used to be a top shop here as well. I don't know if it's where the TK Maxx was, I don't know. Or if there is still one around here somewhere. But that Wagamama's is the place where I discovered ramen. If you would like. Well, actually, that's kind of not true because my dad took me to a Wagga's, one of the first ones in London, I think, when I was quite little. And I remember having a ramen and kind of thinking, what is this? Like you do when you're little. It was in here that I truly discovered ramen. Obviously now Wagamama's ramen to me is not as superior. But there we go. That's a bit of my history. So I just took Zach up and down. I call it Embassy Road. I can't remember what its actual name is. What is it? Kensington Palace Gardens. There's lots of embassies up there, lots of old huge houses. I've been meaning to take Zach for ages, because obviously we love a house. We love to look at an old big house. So we did that, but there's no photography up that road because they're all embassies and there's police around and all sorts, so yes. But now we're in Kensington Palace Gardens having a little wander. Gonna peek in at the palace maybe. We've decided to treat ourselves to takeaway tonight. So we're having Chinese. This is my wonton soup, and I'm very excited to eat it. Hi loves, welcome back to another instalment of me in my terribly lit bathroom. I am desperately thirsty. Even better, the lights are flickering today. That's what we love. Let me see if I can fix that. I think it might be because dinner was salty and it's really hot downstairs. I am dehydrated. I'm just gonna get ready for bed. I have got the whole family into Below Deck now. So we're all watching it. So we watched a few episodes of Below Deck. I think the reason is because it's a little bit more accessible than Housewives, because each kind of couple of episodes is self-contained almost, because different guests come on. If you guys don't know, it's about yachties. So it's about people that work on yachts and deal with like very rich guests basically. Some of which are great, some of which are really entitled and awful, but it's also just about the deck who are living and working together for 6 weeks in a very small cramped space. So obviously drama ensues. First two series are on Netflix, and then obviously you guys know I have a HeyU account and use it. I think that's probably the best money I spend every month because of how much shite I watch from Bravo. Okay, I don't know if we've cut out there or not, but yeah, I think Housewives, Below Deck is a little bit more accessible for when I have it on in the background and people end up watching it, because each episode, each season is sort of self-contained and you can kind of dip in and out quite easily, whereas with Housewives I feel like the drama can last at least for the season, if not for like multiple seasons, and you need to know all the relationships between the women and all that kind of stuff. And so it's a little bit less accessible for people. Obviously once you start watching Below Deck, you don't want to stop anyway, so you end up knowing everything that's happening. But love taking my makeup off. At the end of the day, isn't it just the best? I mean, actually I hate the process of it. I regularly complain about getting ready for bed. It is my least favourite thing to do maybe in the world. But I love when it's off. Also, yeah, it's actually my beloved Love Beauty and Planet body moisturiser, the shea butter and sandalwood body butter, is just not in stock anywhere. And I have used, in fact I have some, I have used their body lotion before. You can see actually this is almost done, just right down to the bottom. So I've used it before, but it is a lot kind of lighter, and I really like something thick that's going to keep me moisturised all day long. I get quite dry legs, and I also just like being moisturised. I just think it's nice. So I like something a bit thicker. So my favourite Love Beauty and Planet one, I don't know if they've discontinued it. Last time I bought like 10 tubs of it or something. Anyway, I bought as much as possible because I feel like it is hard to get hold of, and now I can't find it anywhere. Please, Love Beauty and Planet, if you're watching, please bring it back. I love it so much. It's, yeah, my favourite moisturiser I've ever tried. But anyway, I bought the Weleda Skin Food Body Butter. Intensive skin nourishment for dry and very dry skin. As a kind of replacement for now. I am going to keep my eye out for the Love Beauty and Planet one. Also for packaging reasons and everything, like I just like the whole brand, from the product through to their packaging ethos and all of that kind of stuff. But this will do for now. I've tried ones from Lush and stuff as well before, but some of them are a little bit too oily, or they kind of, I want a body butter that keeps me moisturised all day but also soaks in quite quickly, because I obviously immediately get dressed. I am a morning shower, then I moisturise, and then I get dressed. So I don't want something that sits on the skin, which I've often found Lush ones do, if we're thinking about packaging and stuff. But anyway, so I tried this one this morning. It's got a much more, the smell is not medicinal, but it's like a fresher, more pharmaceutical smell. I don't know how to describe it really. It's fragrance with aromatic lavender and orange. So yeah, it's quite a fresh light scent. It's not as heavily scented as the Love Beauty and Planet one. I don't love the scent as much as I love the Love Beauty and Planet one. The reason I love that one so much is because I love the scent and I love the texture of the product. So this is a lot thicker. It feels a tiny bit greasier, and also it rubs in a little bit slower because it is a bit thicker. The good thing about the Love Beauty and Planet one is that it had that thickness and body to it, but it was also fairly easy to rub in. Like I said, not greasy or anything like that. This one is nice. It's not that greasy at all, but it just has a little bit more of that kind of texture, and it's much thicker, and a little bit goes a long way with this, which is nice. Probably going to run out of it a little bit slower, but also the tub is smaller. But I'll let you know how I continue with that. It certainly has had a good effect on my skin all day. Like, my skin feels nice. It feels well moisturised, and it will certainly do for now. Like, it's actually a really nice body butter. I'm just so used to the one that I absolutely adore. I've also been introducing some bareMinerals skincare, which I got sent the other day, and I have been really enjoying it, spoiler alert, but I will talk about it more in another video. But I've been trying it for about, well, a few days, maybe almost a week, and I've been liking it. But yes, I will give you the full rundown in another video. You guys know how picky I am when it comes to skincare. I basically refuse all products from brands and stuff. So I'm gonna go to bed now. I've been so tired all day. I don't know what's wrong with me. I've been tired all week. It's only Tuesday. But I've just felt so, like, out of it. I don't know what's going on. When I was reading earlier, I did get through a fair number of pages, okay, I promise. But I did have to have a nap, which I'm trying not to do. But I was just like, I feel knocked out. I'm so tired. Sorry for my pink eyes. I need to take my contacts out as well. Thank you guys for watching today. I hope you enjoyed. I obviously have been reading The Fire this time, and it's so good. Like, it is just such a wonderful collection of essays, poems about all sorts of topics. The writing is excellent. Topics are really well chosen for now. I think it's really relevant. I think it's really like an interesting collection as well as an informative collection. So highly recommend it. Obviously it's one of my book club picks for this month. But yeah, I think it's so good. Sometimes my book club picks are not the best. Sometimes I do wonder if I should do like book club picks of books I've actually read, so that you guys are definitely reading things that at least I like. You might not like them, but at least I like them. But yes, in this case, The Fire this time, really, really good. I hope that I enjoy the new Wilderness as well. The book shortlist came out today, actually. I was interested by it. From the predictions I've seen from like bookstagrammers and stuff, I think there were a couple of surprises on there. Namely the new Wilderness. I don't think I'd seen anyone put that on their shortlist prediction. No Hilary Mantel on there, but I kind of expected that to be honest. Not that I've read the third book, but I feel like it's kind of commonly known now that the first two are the best, and that this third book is maybe a little bit too long. And also she has been nominated and won twice, so I feel like she would understand and the world kind of understands that she is excellent, but that other new writers need to take the fore. Who else is on the shortlist? So yeah, I'm excited that the new Wilderness is on it, because that means you guys get to read a shortlist novel with me, not just a long lister. If that is something that you're doing anyway, it means you are reading that with me. Who else is on it? I've had a mind blank. So obviously I didn't really totally get on with Burnt Sugar or Real Life. I think for me I would put Burnt Sugar still a little bit above Real Life. I think I was just not in the right frame of mind, whereas Real Life is just not my kind of book, I think. But I can see the merit in both, and I can see why they're both on there. Yes, so excited to read This Mournable Body. Obviously I talked about at some point in some video the fact that I've already read Nervous Conditions. I'm going to read the Book of Not this week, hopefully, so I should be caught up in the trilogy, because it's a third book in a trilogy or a series. And of course Sugar Bane's on there, which I really liked, and I will talk about more in my book video, but I don't think I liked it to the extent that people are raving about it. I think because I've read other excellent Scottish authors, some of whom were writing about similar things, and I just think their tackling was just as good, if not better. So I feel like I maybe had higher expectations for it, but I did enjoy it. Well, it's a very sad book, so again, I didn't really enjoy it, but I did like it as a work of fiction. And I can see why it's on there as well. Sad that Love and Other Thought Experiments wasn't on there, although I kind of expected it not to be. I read that over the weekend and thought it was wacky, but I think it's probably my favourite thing that I've read from the long list so far. And I'm also going to actually try and read The Shadow King this week. That's on my list. So I'm excited to read that as well. Very intrigued by the blurb on that one. Seen lots of reviews for it. Some good, some more mixed. So interested to read that one as well. So those are my extremely rambly, probably not very helpful thoughts on the book a lot short list. But anyway, you guys, I'm going to love you and leave you and stop rambling on. But thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.